There is a rhythm to history that modern science often ignores, but ancient wisdom mapped with terrifying precision. It is a cycle that repeats every 60 years. A specific alignment of energy that has consistently marked the collapse of old empires and the violent birth of new ones. In ancient Eastern text, it is known as the calamity of the red horse and the red sheep. Let's look at the data points. 1126 and 1127, the red horse and sheep years. The Northern Song dynasty, the technological superpower of its time, collapses overnight under pressure from the north. 1966 and 1967, the last cycle. The world erupted. The Cultural Revolution in China, the Summer of Love in the West, the Vietnam War escalation. It was a time when the collective human consciousness fractured. Now, look at your calendar. We are approaching the next fracture point, 2026, the year of the fire horse, 2027, the year of the fire sheep. Many analysts are talking about the AI singularity or the Davidson window for geopolitical conflict, but they are missing the deeper pattern. According to the Jing, the Book of Supreme World Ordering Principles, written 1,000 years ago, the script for these 2 years has already been written. It predicts a transition from a world of expansion to a world of surveillance. It warns of a specific danger in August 2027. I'm Xuanlin. In the next 15 minutes, we aren't just going to predict the future. We are going to audit the source code of time itself. We will show you why the systems you trust, from the power grid to the banking system, are approaching a thermal limit, and more importantly, where the exit doors are. Let us begin with 2026, the year of the Bingwu, the fire horse. In the study of energy, this is double fire. It is the sun at high noon. It implies maximum visibility, maximum speed, and maximum burn. According to the I-Ching calculations for the timeline of humanity, the ruling hexagram for 2026 is hexagram 13, Tongren, fellowship with men. Now, fellowship sounds comforting, doesn't it? It sounds like peace. Do not be deceived. In the context of high-stakes metaphysics, Tongren does not mean friendship. It means alignment. The imagery is fire rising up to the sky. It represents total transparency. In 2026, there will be nowhere to hide. The prediction: this hexagram predicts the end of neutrality. In 2026, the world and the internet will fracture into distinct world clans or factions. We see this mirroring the rise of agentic AI, autonomous artificial intelligence. 2026 is likely the year AI stops being a tool you use and starts becoming a fellowship of agents that talk to each other. The I-Ching line 2 warns: fellowship with the clan, humiliation. This suggests that in 2026, global networks will close. We may see the splinter net become reality. If you are not in the American tech ecosystem, you are locked out. If you are not in the BRICS financial ecosystem, you cannot trade. If your digital ID doesn't match the fellowship's criteria, you are deleted. This is the burning, the incineration of the middle ground. You will be forced to choose a side. The danger of the fire horse is impatience. Political leaders and AI systems alike will operate at a speed that human diplomacy cannot match. Decisions that used to take months will be executed by algorithms in milliseconds. We call this the Great Acceleration. The economy may seem to boom a melt-up in stock markets driven by AI hype, but it is a fire burning without enough wood. It is unsustainable, and that leads us to the crash. If 2026 is the explosion, 2027 is the fallout. We enter the year of the Dingwei, the fire sheep. This is the heart of the red sheep calamity. The hexagram changes. The energy shifts from fellowship to hexagram. 19. Lin, approach. Lin means to approach, to oversee, or to look down upon. The image is the earth looming over the lake. In ancient times, this meant a king visiting his subjects. In the 21st century, this signifies total surveillance and high-pressure management. After the chaotic acceleration of 2026, 2027 brings the crackdown. Governments and superintelligences will assert total control to manage the chaos. The approach is the eye of the system staring directly at you. But here is a specific warning that has unsettled scholars for centuries. The judgment text of Hexagram 19 contains a timestamp. It says, "Great success." But in the 8th month, there will be misfortune. In the 8th month, there will be misfortune. Let's look at the geopolitical calendar. August 1st, 2027 marks the 100th anniversary of the founding of the People's Liberation Army, PLA, in China. This coincides perfectly with what Western military analysts call the Davidson window, the period when the risk of conflict in the Taiwan Strait is highest. The 8th month in the lunar calendar usually lands in September, the time of harvest and killing frost. What does this convergence tell us? The scenario, the energy crisis. Fire needs fuel. By 2027, the massive energy demands of AI data centers, predicted to double by 2026, may crash power grids. The misfortune could be a global infrastructure blackout. The liquidity freeze, Earth over lake, suggests burying liquidity. The financial bubbles blown up in 2026 may face a hard freeze in late 2027. We aren't talking about a recession. We are talking about a repricing of reality. The kinetic event, whether it is a solar flare, solar maximum peaks in 2025 to 2026, leaving grids vulnerable in 2027, or a geopolitical approach, invasion or blockade, the charts point to a sudden stoppage of flow in the second half of 2027. The red sheep is not a victim. In this configuration, it represents a sacrifice of the old order. Now, take a breath. Ancient prophecy is not written to scare you. It is written to prepare you. In the I-Ching crisis, Wei-Ji always contains the seed of opportunity. We are in period 9, the age of fire. The old rules of earth and metal, stable jobs, physical banking, slow growth are burning away. If you know the script, you can position yourself before the curtain rises. Here are the 3 strategic pillars to survive and thrive during the red horse and sheep years. 1. The spirit economy fire. Industry. As the material world becomes unstable supply chains, grids, the internal world becomes the highest value asset. Period 9 favors anything related to mental health, spirituality, psychology, and hope. While AI takes over logic, human connection and emotional guidance will become luxury goods. If you are building a business, build it around healing the anxiety that 2026 will create. 2. Hard assets and energy independence. 2027 predicts a crisis of flow, liquidity, power. The smartest investment isn't just the next crypto coin, it's energy autonomy, solar, batteries, off-grid capability. In a fire era, he who controls the power source controls the AI. Also, consider liquid assets not just cash, but skills and resources that are mobile. Hexagram, 13 favors the nomad. Be ready to move. 3. The Tongren Network. Remember the fellowship hexagram of 2026? Do not be a lone wolf. The era of the solitary genius is over. Survival in the coming years will depend on your tribe. Curate your circle now. You need a network of people who have diverse skills, technical, medical, practical. When the 8th month misfortune hits in 2027, your safety net will not be the government. It will be the community you built in 2026. The red horse brings the speed. The red sheep brings the judgment. History is offering us a warning, ringing across the centuries from 1127 and 1967. The systems we rely on are fragile. The peace we enjoy is thin. But fire does not just destroy, it purifies. It separates the gold from the dross. 2026 and 2027 will be a furnace for humanity. You can choose to be the fuel that gets burned, or you can choose to be the gold that is refined. The clock is ticking. If you want to know how this specific energy affects your personal trajectory based on your Chinese zodiac sign, make sure you are subscribed. In our next briefing, we will release the Zodiac Survival Guide for the fire years. You do not want to miss that. I'm Xuanlin. Stay awake, stay aligned, and I'll see you in the future.